Okay, got a size 6 hook right there. And some green thread. Basically the way that we start the thread is go from the back and wrap forward. I'm creating a base for my fly's body to hold on to the hook. When I get to this back, I want to wrap kind of at a 45-degree angle so I don't catch the barb. And once I've wrapped all the way down and back up the shank, I'm going to tie it in a couple little knots to hold it down. The way that I'm doing that knot is that I put my finger down like this, I wrap the string around it, and then I twist it once. Once it's twisted, I just push that down over the eyelet, pull it snug. The key to doing that is don't let it go past the pad of your finger, otherwise you can't get it off your finger. Once I've got a base made, I'm going to put some glue on there. Basically run the glue all up and down the string and glue the string to the shank. Helps keep your bug's body from rotating later on after you're fly fishing. Okay, now once I've got that, I've got a base to work with. I'm going to snap my string, put a head on there. I chose these little green cone heads to match the green body of the hook. Okay, pointy head of the cone goes in just like that, and then goes all the way to the eyelet. Alright, put it back on the hook. I start my string again, just wrap it a couple times. Get rid of the excess string. Now again, just put my finger down and wrap it over once, go down the shaft of the fly, drop that on there about 3 times, nice and snug. Now I got to put a tail on it. Okay, my tail should be about the length of my hook. So I measured out, put my left hand there, cut off the excess I don't need, and then I pinch it between my pointing finger and my thumb finger, then I pinch the hook between pointer and thumb, then I bring it up softly. I'm going to shrink my length here a little bit. Bring it up softly, down soft, and then snug. And wrap it around a couple times. And there's my tail. Okay. Now leaving my string here in the back, I'm just going to do one more little half hitch to keep it from unraveling. Maybe 2. Leave it in the back. Now, take my tinsel and I put it on the same way that I put my string on. Just grab the left side, wrap it with the right. It's a little bit too much. Let's start a little shorter. Okay. And and just wrap back towards the back of the hook. Once I've got where I want it, I then take the string and wrap it around, holding it down. Snip that off nice and low. Okay. Now I wrap the string around the tail a couple times, and I'm going to wiggle it as I wrap so it doesn't lay down all my little fuzzy tinsels. Once I get to the head, I'm going to pull that back, snug it up a couple times. Now I need a back fin, so I'm going to pull out this one. Okay, basically I want it to be about that long, not too much longer. It looks just not too long. It looks disproportionate. Snap it off right there. Pull all the fuzzies off. This little bucket down here is awesome. Catches all your fuzzy. Okay, now I'm going to stick that down this down inside the little cone head, and then I'm going to snug it down a couple times. Let's try that again. Kind of stick it at a 45-degree angle. Make sure it's gripped. And there's my back fin. Okay, now I need to put some hackle on the front. I'm going to use, that one looks good. Basically I take the hackle, pull a little off so I've got the stem to grab a hold of again, stick it in a 45-degree angle to the side, and then wrap my string around it to hold it down. Once I've done that a couple times, I grab my hackle plier, put it at a 45-degree angle against the stem of the feather, and wrap it around. Once I get to where I'm basically done, I'm holding that with my left hand and start wrapping it with my right hand, pulling all the hackle back except for the last little stem that I'm using, which I want to push forward so that I know that it grabs a hold of it. Okay, once I've done that a couple times, I'm going to pull my hackle plier off, pull everything back, give it a couple more wraps. Now I'm going to tighten a knot. Done that 3 or 4 times. And notice that where this string is here, I feed or pull it to adjust my tension. Okay, so once I've got it nice and tied off, I know it's good and snug, leave just a little bit of length and snap my string. Then I pull all that hackle back, get out my glue and try to put some glue back underneath the head here, hold all that string down. Grab my other glue. Okay, loosen up my clamp, spin it, hit the bottom. Once I've got it all well glued in, put a little bit down here by the tail. Make sure it keeps that in like it's supposed to. And I usually like to run just a little bit up the spine. Make sure it's very well glued.